Hey everybody, this is Z, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X.
And also as a friend. I still don't know
I honestly can't believe I'm actually continuing with this series, seeing as how the first episode made me go insane.
Riku doesn't know much about her either.
Yeah.
What now?
See how the rest of the series goes.
Still analyzing.
Shut up!
Buddy and brother are old friends. Buddy says he was aboard Sid's airship.
I've actually looked, and I can never find Buddy in Final Fantasy X. I have looked all through that airship, and I do not find him. Is he in there? I have no idea.
Yuna, is my talking?
Why are you trying to speak English? Your brother. You're not supposed to speak English. Damn it!
He told me that he practiced, just so that he could talk with me more.
That's not creepy much. Like your cousins, but okay.
Having fun? You bet. It all began when I saw this sphere of you.
What were you talking about?
At least, it looked like you. I couldn't say for sure. I thought I might find more.
Like I said before, I am 100%ing this game, which
in case you're wondering, the Gullwings
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna
what?
take me 60-70 hours, but you guys are only gonna have maybe 30 hours or so of gameplay footage. Because a lot of the stuff I'm gonna have to off-screen, like
For a while there,
100 level dungeon and stuff like that. I'm gonna be off-screening most of that. Because there's no point in me showing floor to floor of nothing.
I know everything. Shinra's an Albed. He's a real whiz kid.
And you get to watch the treasure sphere here. Let's watch the journey start. Treasure sphere. Yuna set her path as a sphere hunter. The date and details of this recording are unknown. And in this sphere we see blueness. Is that?
Sorry, I haven't done anything wrong.
His voice sounds different, but is that
If she was your girl,
Titus?
what would you do?
It can't be.
Blame me for trying to use your weapon. It was the only
They
way
better
I
not
could
be
save
trying
the
to
summoner.
do what I think they're doing.
What would you do if you were me?
Oh, dear God, what the hell are these guys doing? That
I want to see her.
doesn't sound like Titus, but it looks just like him. I wonder. I actually wonder. Keep that in mind for later, folks. See what happens with that one. Because that's actually very interesting. And we have to talk to everybody in the airship for some reason. I have no idea why. It's actually something I'm going to be doing in this room that some people may ask why, but this game is broken up into chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every single chapter you have to sleep in the inn,
Our bar keeps a high
and in
power.
chapter 5
No
you
one
get a
knows
special
his
scene,
name, so everyone
which
just calls him Bar.
is of course necessary for the 100% completion around this game. So I'm going to rest right here, and I'm going to straight up. You only have to do it once. You never have to do it more than once per chapter, but if you forget if you did do it, just do it again. It only takes maybe 5-10 seconds to rest. Not a big deal. It's just something quick that you can do. And it shows you unit sleeping, which is kind of awkward, seeing as how this is a kid's game. But whatever. And yeah, I'm going to jump off that ledge because apparently you can jump in this game. Not that big English. That is not what you said, brother. Stop lying to people. And yeah, we have this airship is a lot different than the one we had in the other game. I think Sid probably just kept that one because he's Sid. So
Treasure sphere waves. They're coming from those ruins they found at Gagazet.
All right.
next up, Gagazet. Wait, there's ruins at Gagazet now? Ruins. And is Riku really doing what I think she's gonna be doing.
Sacred Mount Gagazet, silent guardian of Xanarkand, city of the dead. When the faith disappeared, the clouds enshrouding the mountain began to thin and disperse, revealing
Which makes
long-forgotten
absolutely
ruins of
no
the
sense, by the
place.
way. Why the clouds are just dispersed, there's no faith there anymore.
Hey, the rocks are floating!
Don't tell me we gotta climb up that thing.
No, of course not, because that would
I'll
be
take you to the
fun.
top.
But this is Final Fantasy X too. Really, Riku? You're wearing skimpy ass clothes like that in the middle, on the top of a mountain. Really? The top of a friggin' mountain, and you're gonna wear skimpy ass clothes like that.
Yuna!
And the first thing Yuna does is fall off the friggin' mountain.
What's your status?
Disasterific!
Disasterific is not a word. Say disastrous.
Shut up, brother. She's just talking like a 17-year-old girl.
Not listening!
Riku, come in.
You want me to hurt him?
That's pain. Have I mentioned that I like pain already?
Come in.
She gives you that feminine Orin vibe. If that's not creepy in itself, but yeah. That's just who she is.
Thanks. That was a little close.
A little.
A little?
Come in.
We're here. Everything's fine now.
Nah, keep an eye on Riku.
Riku, keep an eye on Yuna. Riku didn't almost fall off of a friggin' mountain. And this is something that I've already shown off in the game, but they just happen to have a tutorial here. How to jump! Just hold the circle button and you can jump. And it's also the first recording session that I'm actually... And you also climb too. The first recording session that I'm actually doing on my PS3. And I'm actually surprised my PlayStation 2 capture card worked on my PlayStation 3, but it did. Which is a good thing, so I can get some more games recorded that way. This game, like I said in the first episode, it...
Not getting across this way.
Let's find another route.
No, really, Pain. We're just gonna jump off the mountain like you almost did. The only problem with the jumping, it's the fact you can jump and stuff in this game, is things tend to get slightly clunky. And spaces are more narrow than normal because of that.
A dead end.
Just great.
In the later parts of the game, that becomes a
Think this Machinist still works?
major problem. So what we're going to do here is walk up here and start the elevator, which, if you notice, it isn't attached to anything already. So technically it shouldn't even be supporting us. But that's square logic at its finest right there. How does that work? It's not attached to any... That's what should have happened at the beginning! As soon as they found out. As soon as they stepped on the elevator, it should have.
Stopped.
Owie.
No, like, Riku says some really cute things in this game, though.
What happened? Is you know okay?
Brother, shut the fuck up.
Things are... disasterific.
Disasterific. I am on my
Oh,
way.
sure, you believe it if Yuna says it, but if Riku says it, she's just your annoying sister not saying anything. And this is actually an extra... What I'm doing right here is something you don't have to do. And that is to just jump straight down. I messed up there, actually. You jump straight over here, and you actually get an item to the far left in a chest. I am not getting every single chest in this game. That is not required to 100% the game. It's 100% story completion, not 100% game completion. There's a difference. If I was doing the game completion, there'd be an extra dungeon that I don't actually have to do for 100% completion. And as I did in Final Fantasy X, I am going to show every every non-grinding random encounter. Do I fight all of them? No. I do plan on running from some enemies, just because some fights, like, which is earlier in the game. And I just love how Yuna and Riku,
Let me take that off your hands.
how just because you're a thief, you have to wear the skimpiest friggin' clothes in the world. I mean, I know you want something stealthy if you want to sneak up on somebody, but honestly, ask any guy if there's a really hot chick in a really skimpy bikini top and short shorts, he would know if she's behind him.
Well, this is no time for stage fright.
Ask any guy, I guarantee you he'll say he would know. And Riku got blinded there, and I actually didn't realize how, so I went back and rewatched this, and realized the unholy gaze can cause blindness. So, yeah. As I said, I'm going to keep these dress fears for everybody mostly like this. I may end up changing Riku into something else. And if I do that, it may be a white mage. Just because I will literally never die. Because white mage is actually kind of overpowered. And if I do that, I'll make that switch. Because I'm going to do some level grinding. I already know where and when. And if I do the switch, it'll be during that time frame when I do the level grinding, just because it's easier. And I can go over what I did and what I learned and everything after the level grinding is over and show you what level I'm going to be. Because when I start the level grinding, I should be about level 8. My goal is to grind to level 20. So, I could, in theory, actually fully upgrade a dress sphere. And if I fully upgrade, think about white mage. If you fully upgrade the white mage dress sphere, you can still use your cure ability, your full cure, all those outside of combat. So it actually pays off, which is something that I will show off later, because it's something that I use very frequently, saves potions and stuff like that. So that is something that I do show off, and that is something that I really like about the game, actually. And once you saw what I just did there, actually was a slight break in the game in the fact that Riku was poisoned. I had no eye drops, but I equipped her with a dark proof. Riku was blind, not poisoned. I'm sorry, guys. I equipped her with a blind-proof accessory that makes her immune to blind. Well, she was already blinded, therefore taking away the effects of the blind. That may seem like breaking the game, but at this early in the game, you don't have a lot of items. It actually pays off really, really well. That item, I actually can't remember how I got it. I think I stole that from like Ormies or Logos or something at the beginning of the game when I was doing my stealing fest, but it is a very convenient way to get rid of a status ailment if you have the proof accessory. In the case, dark proof, which works with dark glasses. Those worked really well. And it's just a small little thing that I did. A lot of people don't know you can actually do that. I think if you have the status, you can't remove it like that. But if you're in combat and you're immune to it, you can't have it.
Who's there?
And we have been stalked again. So far, in the first, hour of this game, we've had somebody steal Yuna's dress sphere, making them look identical to her, which makes absolutely no sense, since you saw me switch to the thief dress sphere earlier, and they didn't look like Riku. Just skimpy.
Just as I was saying, amateurs.
And
They have no
now
concept
she's
of what it takes to be a true
stalking
spear hunter.
us. Yeah.
Amateurs. Weren't you following us?
Good point there, man.
Following. A mere coincidence.
No, Log, I'm pretty sure you were following us, because how the hell did you even get up here anyway?
Following them has paid
We
off.
flew on an airship, and we know, and I don't believe you have an airship.
Laugh while you can.
Okay, and laughing at her apparently she wants to fight us, so... Now, this fight, actually, since I'm actually recording this literally like a year after I recorded the other episode of Final Fantasy X-2, because I had that on my computer for a while. And actually, the first time I did this fight, when it was on my PS2 before I did it on my PS3, the last, because I had like 3 episodes recorded before I decided to cancel it. And I actually lost this fight. Which is embarrassing to say, but I did. I mean, this fight can be complicated if you're not careful, because she puts haste on them every time she has love tab. It hastes them. So that can be quite problematic, actually, just because they move faster. And for this early in the game, they actually hit pretty hard. I mean, 9 damage is pretty hard when you only have 200 life. So And the Sonic Fan ability does 11, 11, 9. Yeah, that does a lot of damage for this early in the game. And Yuna's so weak, her trigger habit doesn't do much, but the only reason that I keep using it is because every time I make contact with them, whether it's 0 damage or 1, every time I successfully do trigger happy, I mean, not every single time I hit them, every time I do it successfully, I gain an AP point. And as I said in the previous episode, you get AP from using your abilities, and AP is what you use to learn your abilities. So, I just use trigger happy so I can quickly level up the Gunner Dress Sphere. Because she can learn trigger happy level 2, trigger level 3, which increases the timer of it. And there's a little glitch to this that I will explain later on. I'll explain it next time because this fight lasts a little while longer. The timer is set for, I believe, 5 or 6 seconds when it's level 3. If, however, you actually haste the character that is trigger happy, you actually get more shots off. It doesn't make much sense, but you actually do get more shots off. I mean, you're hasted, but it's still a set timer, and when you trigger happy is based on how fast you can actually push the button, not how fast you can shoot. So I don't know how that works, but it works. I'm not really complaining on how it works. The fact that it does work is really cool in itself. And yeah, I mean, that's something that I will take advantage of later in the game because it is so helpful and so useful. It's actually not worth it to not take advantage of it just because of that. When I say later in the game, you'll know, some people who played this game know what I mean when you get a certain item that makes mixing that with Gunner is really overpowered.
This is the thanks I get for going easy on you.
Why go easy on somebody, LeBlanc? Especially when swords and guns are involved.
Who does she think she is?
She's getting hurt.
Again, I like pain. She always thinks about inflicting pain on people. Yeah, we're just sitting here coughing, you know, so. In this mission, it gives you a timer. Your mission's to get to the top of the mountain before them. You have 6 minutes to do this. I've played this game multiple times. I've probably beaten this game about 7 or 8 times and 100%ed it once. So this 100% is going to be interesting because I've only done it once. And how particularly you got to be while doing it is very, very careful. And I have never had this timer get even close to running out. I mean, they give you 6 minutes. It takes you, with the encounter, it should take you no more than 2.5. I mean, the timer doesn't run in the encounters. If the timer ran during the encounters, that makes it a little trickier. But that would just prompt people to run from the battle instead of fighting to gain experience, which, again, would be actually a challenge. Or do you want the experience to level up? Or do you want to be lower leveled and fight the boss?
You look a tad flushed. Why not stop to
This gets kind of creepy. I mean, they're literally standing there waiting for you to try to kill you. I mean, I get that they're competing against me for spheres and stuff, but I mean, murder? Is that really something that sphere hunters take part in? Is flat out murder of somebody? I mean, I don't know much about sphere hunting and the sphere hunting rules because it doesn't actually exist in the real world, but murder? Seriously? I mean, when I think of sphere hunting, when I think of just hunting in general or anything like that, I think, yeah, friendly competition, you want to try to sabotage the other person, but kill them? Sending sending snakes made out of machine guns, that is friggin' awesome. But
You know how I hate the damp.
Sorry, boss.
murder? I know I'm harping on the murder thing, but damn! It's murder. You don't just murder somebody. See, it's taking me a minute and 15 seconds and I'm almost at the top of the mountain. I can tell right now I'm almost at the top of the mountain. I'm just escaping this fight because I really don't want to fight the elemental. It takes a lot. It has a high defense. I just don't want to fight it. It's not really worth my time to do it. And like I said, I'm going to level grind later on. And I'll be fine up to that point. So, yeah. And here's the little Easter egg or glitch. I don't know if it's intended, but you can see the snake enemy behind Ormy there, behind that pole. And also on the other side of him too. So you already know what's coming at you because you can see them before the fight starts. And yeah, there's these snakes that shoot you, whose body is made of bullet rounds, and whose mouth is a mini gun. I do have to admit, that is creative considering this is the same series that gave us the Gunblade, the 7-foot Buster Sword that was bigger than Cloud, the 12-foot sword that was bigger than Sephiroth. I mean, Square's come up with some really weird creative weapons, but that honestly takes the cake in my part. That really does. A snake that is a gun. Every aspect of it is a gun. That is freaking badass. And jump over there and we just us to another scene. You can see them already there, which I hate when they do that. They're just tagging from a ledge there?
Would you stop staring?
I don't think they're trying to stare at you, LeBlanc. I think they're more like, holy shit, we're gonna die! Kind of thing there. And I'm not going to use this save for the save, I'm just hitting it to heal myself, because again, as in Final Fantasy X, all saves for heal, you give you full health and full mana. And while they're just hanging there, I'll just steal this item from them. Which I'm going to give to Pain because the muscle belt is good, increases your strength and defense by 5, which at this point in the game is very good because you don't have much strength and enemies don't have that much health, so it's a good thing that you can do that, it really is. And we walk up here and we made it to the top. And you notice before this, we just didn't have a timer when we got to the top. So you can go back and get all those items that I missed, but it's not really worth it. Nothing that great anyway. Giant crabby spider thingy.
It comes.
And that's why I say Pain is like Auron, because she rips off some from the lines in the game, so. But she acts like Auron, so that's another reason why she's like that. So when Auron says that, he says that in Final Fantasy X when you're about to fight the Guardian, right before you get to Zanarkand, right at the very top of Mount Gagazet. What's this guy's attack? He eats you! How does that only do 38 damage? I mean, you can see there's poison in his mouth or some fire thing in his mouth, and he literally friggin' eats you. And that is you just saw the one downside right there to trigger happy. If you get hit, you're pretty much screwed. Because the recovery time, the only time you can really get a hit off if you kill somebody or get hit in the middle of trigger happy
This is the part where you get hurt.
is when it's up to level 3 when you have that extra time. You can get a few more shots off, but it's really not worth it at all. And I just killed him with 166. That was a really hard hit for this game, period. Let alone this early in the game. Because this game, monsters don't have that much HP. I mean, the hardest monster has 1,000,000, but we'll deal with that as the time comes.
Found it!
Really? A ball. Came in here for a sphere.
It's obvious.
How
to
did
the
they get
trained
up?
eye, that sphere's just a dud. Perfect for the dull way.
There's no way LeBlanc could pull both Logos and Ormy
You've win again.
up. So they should have fallen
I
off
guess
of a
we'll
mountain
be taking this.
and died. But, well, that's square logic for you. I'm not here to criticize the logic of the game. I'm just here to commentate over with my own witty remarks. And we're to leave here to get back to the airship, so I say we do that right now.
Brother, mission complete.
Brother? He's not with you?
No, why would brother be with me? Yeah, where is brother, and why is he not on the airship like he should be, seeing as how he is the captain of the ship? Oh god. Brother. You're crazy, man. You really are.
He said something about Una being in trouble. Then he just jumped
Wait.
And here he is.
You're telling me brother jumped out of a moving airship
He's alive, right?
over the top of a mountain ruin.
Can you analyze this
Not
theory
knowing
found?
where he would land, putting his life in danger after we already established that Una was safe. Well, folks, brother is an idiot. Find out what happens to him in the next episode.